the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, these guys are in the doldrums, a real tough stretch with only one win to show for their last 9 games. Guys, it might have taken some time for him to adjust to the NBA, but D'Angelo Russell becoming a force in the league. What do you think finally clicked for him, Shaq?
Well, one, he's getting the ball, and two, he was given more freedom and control on offense, and he's making more measured decisions on offense. He's not as sporadic as he used to be.
Learning how to say no. You know, being a point guard, you got to say no to some of the best players in the world. I can't get you the ball right now. And he's getting comfortable creating for others.
Thank you for joining us. We go courtside now. Kevin Harlan has the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Utah Jazz come in for this one. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand. And, of course, Trevor Booker. This will be their second game without him.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard, I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, this matchup was a win the first time these two teams met, and he said, I know a lot of people were surprised by how well we handled them in that game, but it was no surprise to us. We knew how well we matched up with them, and it was just a matter of executing the game plan. Well, let's see if they can repeat that performance today, guys.
Thank you, David. Doris, we may not see a lot of small ball this evening. Two teams that are deadly operating on the blocks. How have they been successful with that, where other teams haven't?
Well, it's fascinating, Kev, because from a personnel standpoint, they have elected to play with size. And there's a commitment to that, pounding the ball deep into the post every trip down.
Boys, nice and high.
And so off the tip, it's Utah. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Hood in at the 3 spot. Now here's Gobert. From 10 feet out, Hood can't get it to go. Utah's on defense. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And it's Hood again missing. And here's Brooklyn. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that 3.
Right, exactly, Greg. When the shots from the perimeter are not falling, I think you've got to go take it inside. It's as simple as that. They never altered their game plan, and it resulted in a loss.
So it's Utah now, following the missed shot by Timofey Mozgov. Shoots. Favors can't get it to go.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
And Hood the bucket on the assist by Rubio. Hood's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Utah. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Russell left side. Back to Mozgov. 5 to shoot. Picked by Mozgov. Russell from long range. And the Nets miss again. Here's Mitchell. He trains the quick shot. The Nets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside, Russell. Outside, Lynn. Picked by Okafor. Rubio against Lynn. Over Gobert. Up again. It's another look. And the layup good by Mozgov.
Yeah, when you let Mozgov get planted on your end, he's very hard to move. Great play from him on the second effort.
Rubio against Land. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Here's the teardrop. Okafor grabs the miss. Up top, Russell. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Mitchell. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Okafor, the pass to Crabbe. And Okafor slams it in.
I'll tell you, such a tremendous rhythm to that sequence. Great player movement, great ball movement on the lead pass.
There's the screen. Mitchell dishes to Gobert. Rubio at the elbow. Back to Gobert. Rubio with it. He's picked up by Russell. Mozgov with the block.
Well, the strength and the length of Mozgov make him such a force defensively. That led to that block.
Stolen by Mitchell. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Rubio's got the ball. Count it. Good. Mitchell's got 6.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Russell with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pick by Okafor. Off the pick. And the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Well, you think about how the Utah Jazz become one of the top defenses in the league. They don't gamble for steals or deflections. It's all about staying solid and controlling the paint.
Lynn's shot is off.
At some point, he has to stop shooting. How is this helping his team?
Rubio. Favors with a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And the Jazz giving up nothing easy inside.
Well, just tremendous length on the interior. It's like they can block shots without ever fouling, and they are able to control the defensive backboards.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Here's Mitchell. He has 6. And Gobert kicks to Rubio. Lobs it up for Favors. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Crabbe. Finished off the break. Crabbe's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man, uncanny.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mozgov.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, superb awareness, Greg, right? Not allowing them to get comfortable running their offense, being super aggressive.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Utah. Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Knicks in New York. Nice shot by Gobert.
Boy, the length of Rudy Gobert is awe-inspiring. This guy's so good on the offensive backboards.
Now here's Crabbe. He's guarded by Johnson. Picked by Okafor. Here's Crabbe. Here's Russell. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Derek Favors. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball.
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business. And slowly but surely, it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Allen Crabbe, and it's LeVert in for D'Angelo Russell. Both free throws good for Okafor. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And, of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
At 6'7", Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
And the youngster Karis LeVert, drafted 20th overall, Doris, back in 2016 out of Michigan.
I think some people consider this a high-risk, high-reward pick. The reason he dealt with stress fractures repeatedly in his left foot throughout his college days. But when this guy's healthy, man, ooh, can he shoot it? And at 6'7", look out.
And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Dinwiddie passes to Hollis Jefferson. The feed to Dinwiddie. Here's the screen. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you'll hear some say the sleeper of that 2015 draft was Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I mean, a fractured ankle his rookie season limited him to just those 29 games. But when healthy, he's shown he can be a force defensively.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And Greg, what separates Hollis Jefferson, do you think, as an NBA defender?
You know, physicality, quickness to go along with anticipation. I mean, with his pressure D, he's able to suffocate perimeter players and rack up steals. And don't forget versatility. He's a guy that can guard multiple positions, and that's a huge asset for any team.
And he's good on the second.
Well, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up.
Here's Allen, following the bucket by the Jazz. There's a screen. Here's Carroll, and the rejection by Udoh. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Nets.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
Got a piece of it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Utah Jazz. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And seeing where Utah is, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
And they can't really afford to slip any farther down in the standings because, let's face it, they don't have the firepower to dig themselves out of too deep a hole once they're in it.
Knocked away. The call will go against Jerebko. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, and guys, that's what he wanted to avoid, a second foul before the end of the opening period.
Here's Dinwiddie. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And here's Carroll.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Johnson kicks to Jerebko. He goes up again. Rebounded by the Nets.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Johnson against Carroll. They set the screen. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dante Exum.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The Nets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment, in a competitive situation, versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture. It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
It's stolen by Udo. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. Offensive rebound. Jerebko dishes to Johnson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Johnson's got his first points of the night. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Inside. Here's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Hollis Jefferson fears no one, Kevin. It's incredible watching him outwork people in the paint.
Exum passes to Jerebko. 8 feet away. The shot will not fall. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
I think the goal always is to control the glass if you can. It ends up giving you extra possessions that typically lead to extra points.
And it's LeVert missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
There's the triple. Exum's shot is off. Nets trail by 6. And the foul on Alec Burks. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Nets have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And the Jazz have been one of the more old-school franchises. Pounded inside, grind out victories. They're still a tough defensive team, but Doris, Coach Quinn Snyder is receptive to a wide-open style of play.
Right. Quinn wants them to play with pace, look for easy opportunities. He also likes power forwards who can stretch the floor. He understands that's the way the league is going, and he's on board with it.
Now, here's Burks. 17 points for him last game against New York. Johnson kicks to Yarebko. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's LeVert, and the rejection by Udoh. The pass to Exum. Back to Johnson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
There are 2 things, guys, as you know, that age gracefully in the NBA, and that's size and shooting. No coincidence that Joe Johnson remains a very effective player, even as he enters his mid-30s.
And the first one drops. And in his 16th NBA season, Joe Johnson, Doris, experiencing life as a reserve for the first time.
And what a luxury, bringing a player of his caliber off the bench. This guy's so well-rounded. We know he's a great shooter, but he's willing to defend, to rebound, and he can make quality passes. So much to like about this guy's game.
Johnson hits them both.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Utah has possession. They lead by 7. Here's Exum. And Allen with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Allen dishes to Dinwiddie. He kicks to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. And the layup is good. Carroll's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, this score is all about DeMarre Carroll getting himself good post position. If you allow him that deep, turn the lights out, Kevin.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Jazz lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is too. How far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Protecting that rim early on. That's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Allen, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. First free throw is good. Doris, we've talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion.
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course tenacious on-ball defender.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Nets trail by 7. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, to me, this is what Hollis Jefferson does very well. This guy, a phenomenal dunker with the ups he has.
Exum kicks to Udo. And Allen with the block. Now here's Lynn. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston. Here's LeVert. Burks covering. Here's Allen. It's rebounded by Udo. Udo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Exum. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Well, you love how Dante Exum gets inside. He's got terrific touch close.
Then the pass to Carroll. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Carroll's got his second basket of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Well, the Nets have struggled at both ends, but defense is where they have got to take that next step. Better execution on the defensive end could enable them to bridge some of that talent gap, guys.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Mozgov, he's checked in for Allen. Okafor comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Crabs checked in for Damari Carroll. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for LeVert. Now, here's Rubio. Looking for his first basket still in this one. 2 points, that one goes. And for the Nets, Doris, what do they need to do to turn the corner defensively?
Well, I think it starts in the paint, Kev. They actually do a pretty good job of contesting shots, but they've got to keep teams out of transition, out of the paint, and control their defensive backboard.
Here's Lynn after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Lynn kicks to Russell. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, and we're going to be watching this for the next decade or more. Russell Savage from deep.
Here's Favors, and a slam dunk by Favors.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Crab. 8 points his last outing. Mozgov, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, Mozgov is tall, no doubt, but he knows how to get a shot up and out of his hands in a hurry if he has to.
Gobert dishes to Rubio. Here's Mitchell, and it's sent back by Russell. In the corner, it's Lynn. There's 3 pointers off the mark.
I'd say that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Brooklyn the foul.
Well, this team likes it best when Rodney Hood is aggressive on the offensive end. He's always looking to get to the stripe.
And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
And he knocks down the first one.
I think we know this about Rodney Hood, Kev. He will play hard on both ends of the floor, and he's a lethal shooter from range.
Both free throws good from Hood. Doris, something that's become popular, debating whether a player is a star or a superstar. To you, what's the major difference between those two thoughts?
To me, the biggest difference between star and superstar are those guys who are willing to absorb the label on a night-by-night basis and a moment-by-moment basis. You can't disappear when the stakes get high. You can't disappear on a February night in the middle of the grind pre-All-Star break. Greatness requires you to come with it every single night.
And they don't care about the conversation about them. They're bulletproof in some ways, very thick skin.
Very Kobe-like attribute you just referenced.
Very good comparison. And when you look at Derek Favors, do you think, Doris, he's maximized his potential, or is there still room to grow?
No, I definitely think he's got a higher ceiling. Favors is a guy who came into the league after just 1 year at Georgia Tech. So let's remember, he's still mid-20s right now. And the way this guy works, he's going to get better and better.
And the first one drops.
I think, Kevin, most people would say Derek Favors a throwback big man, right? The guy wants to be effective at posting up, but he can shoot the face-up jump shot as well.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah. And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Out to Hood. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
First free throw is good. And Rodney Hood selected with the 23rd pick in the 2014 draft by Utah. What a great pickup for the Jazz. Wow.
Well, we're talking about a 6'8" shooting guard with a high skill level. And when Rodney Hood is aggressive and confident, he can be a major impact player in the league.
Both free throws good from Hood.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Lynn against Rubio. Kicks it to Crab. Over Hood. Crab, good. Crab's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Lynn has improved his passing over time, and he knows how to find teammates.
Rubio outside. He dishes it to Hood. Gobert with a screen for Hood. Feeds it to Favors. Gobert the screen. Rubio. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Picked by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Lynn's got 6 here in this quarter. Utah leading by 6. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Passes to Hood. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Well, how about the focus of Rodney Hood? The defense has got to feel helpless right now trying to match up with him in the post.
For Utah, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. Free throw good from Hood. Doris, there are always rumblings about teams and players who don't like what the press is writing about them, trying to ban certain media members from the locker room. What's the danger, you think, in doing that?
To me, any credentialed media should never be banned from a locker room, from an opportunity to bring their fans closer to the sport, simply because you object either about the content of the coverage or the amount of coverage does not exclude a media member from the locker room. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, Kev.
Good point. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now, here is Russell. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Okafor, the pass to Lynn. And not sure what he was thinking there.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Nets trail by 9. Russell with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Favors with the rebound.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Gobert with the block.
Now this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
Now Rubio. 8 points his last outing. Gobert the screen. Off the pick. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Mozgov a screen on Rubio. Lynn kicks to Russell. Okafor dishes to Mozgov. Back to Okafor, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Hood, the pass to Mitchell, puts one up from 19. A rebound by the Nets. Russell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Crabbe in the corner. Screened by Russell. Now here's Crabbe. Guarded closer. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. Okafor. And that one is off. Great D that time from Favors. The drive by Rubio. He gives them a double-digit lead. Rubio's got 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Crabbe. Levert's checked in for Russell. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Utah also making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Johnson comes in for Rodney Hood. And Alec Burks subbed in for Mitchell. Here's Dinwiddie. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Jacks up a 3. Good D by Rubio. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
And Rubio kicks to Burks. Back to Rubio. Gobert down low, defended by Allen. Gobert can't hit, and here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Jerebko kicks to Burks. There's the pick. Stolen by Allen. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Dishes it to Okafor. That's short off the rim.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Johnson attacking. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
And, you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows That is not a dunk he should have missed.
Allen, that's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Urepko. Here's Gobert. Another miss by Utah. Nets trail by 7. To the wing on the left. Here's LeVert. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night.
After a shaky start, boy, he's found the range. Good second quarter for him.
Now, here's Rubio. 6 points for him. Urepko dishes to Johnson. Carroll with the rebound.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Here's LeVert, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
It's deflected.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
Here's Rubio. And again, unable to change momentum here. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
20 seconds left to play here in the half. Carroll with a screen on Rubio. Okafor in the post. Johnson's there. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Well, you love the activity of Karis LeVert. He's just trying to bother the offensive player and does a good job there.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil, you've scored in a variety of ways in the first half. What's working for you out there?
Just moving around the ball, talking to my teammates, trying to get open. They're putting me in a great position for me to score.
Thanks, Jalil. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They came alive in the second quarter, gained a lot of ground, and now we're looking at a tie game heading into the second half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
Kenny, what do you have to say about the Jazz?
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. It's the Nets now. And Doris, if you talk about the challenge for the Nets coaching staff, how do you establish a culture of winning on a team that's going to lose on most nights?
You know what, Kevin, it's all about winning habits, and that means the daily work that you put in every single day. There's an ethic that's conducive to winning that's built slowly over time.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Ricky Rubio is out there with Mitchell, and it's Hood in at the small forward position. On defense, Utah. Stolen by Mitchell. A solo fast break. Here's Favors. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's take a look at the players that have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. Fourth, Rudy Gobert.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And the depth of this Jazz team, definitely one of its strong points.
Well, I think one of the best benches in the league, certainly, and it's been a hallmark of well-run franchises. It's not just the centerpieces, but every piece that affects the final outcome.
Here's Crabbe. That one a little long. Utah leading. The 15-footer, and it's good for 2. Rubio's got 8 points.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Lynn kicks to Mozgov. Picked by Mozgov. Crabbe from long range. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists tonight.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And you love the heart, the fire they've shown here. Let's see if they can keep up this level of tenacity.
I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
He feeds it to Crabbe. Gobert with the defensive effort.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Mitchell. Nice D from Russell. Brooklyn trailing. Puts it up. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Now here's Rubio. He's got 8, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Oh, you love to see Favors get high for the slam. What an impressive vertical with that size.
Picked by Okafor. Looking to get back on track here, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Okafor. Udo's checked in for Utah. Exum comes in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Exum. He's guarded by Crabbe. They set the pick. Back to Exum. And stolen by Crabbe. Russell left side. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Yeah, with the size and quick shot release, Russell a tough cover from mid-range.
Exum passes to Favors. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Outside, Lynn. Mozgov sets a screen for Lynn. And it's blocked by Udo. And the Jazz pushing it up now. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's tipped.
Wow, fantastic to see Hollis-Jefferson hit it twice on the pipes. Extends out and sends it back.
Mozgov kicks to Russell. And there's the 3-second violation.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
The Jazz shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. There's a good screen. Right side Hood. Here's Favors. Bucket is good. Favors got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Now here's Crabb. He's covered closely. Over Hood. Crabb, good. Crabb's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Here is Udo. Mitchell dishes to Udo. That shot missing. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Outside, Russell. Outside, Lynn for the lead. They grabbed their own miss. The Jazz have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Mitchell kicks to Hood. The dish to Favors. The feed to Exum. Favors with the screen. The Jazz working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And a wide open look for Lynn. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now. And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Alec Burks checked in for Mitchell. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And going into last season, Jeremy Lin signed with the Nets for that 3-year deal and close to $36 million, and excited to make his return to really the birthplace of Linsanity. Unfortunately, the hamstring injuries cost him a huge chunk of that season.
The Nets making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Johnson's checked in. Dinwiddie passes to Crabb. Picked by Mozgov. Dinwiddie dishes to Crabb. With some arc, that gives them the lead. That's now 8 points for Timothy Mozgov. And Greg, Jeremy Lin described last season as a year of my prime down the drain. I mean, it had to be demoralizing.
Yeah, especially after bouncing around for a few years. He thought he'd found a chance to start and a chance to lead, and instead he found himself in dress casual on the bench.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Hollis Jefferson's got 7 points in the game.
But how about the persistence from Hollis Jefferson? He's keeping possessions alive with his activity.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And the first one at the line is good. And Rondé Hollis Jefferson, a good ball handler and passer. Doris, do you play him some at the point forward, or is that asking too much?
Well, I think at this point he's probably better suited as a secondary ball handler. Putting the ball in his hands does take some pressure off of his shooting, though. And if his jump shot doesn't come around, it might be something to revisit.
No good on the second free throw. Nets leading by 3. Levert the pass to Dinwiddie. He kicks it to Carroll. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. 6 points for him.
But Kevin, that's just effective use of the pick and roll, and Damari Carroll understands how to cash in.
It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks. Jerebko's checked in for the Jazz. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Here's Dinwiddie. Over in the corner, Allen. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And now a 7-point Brooklyn lead.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And it's in there.
Dante Exum outstanding, absorbing the contact, just bullies his way with the defense.
Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Allen, a screen on Johnson. Here's Carroll to the inside. To the middle. Here's Dinwiddie. It's blocked. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Exum. Goes back up. Jerebko dishes to Exum. Drills the baseline jumper. Exum's got 8.
Really good anticipation by Dante Exum. He feels the defense laying off, and he sticks it.
Here's Dinwiddie. And there's the pass to LeVert. They set the pick. Out of hand on it. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Burks. A rebound by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Allen. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Allen's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Pass to Jerebko. Kicks it to Burks. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, Burks has exceptional athleticism, and ooh, he flies to the cup.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. High arcing shot. Rebound Utah. Here's Burks, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
The Nets working the ball around now. Here's the screen. Here's Dinwiddie. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Nets lead by 3.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Exum passes to Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got 8 points.
No, Johnson isn't just an outside shooter. This guy is a versatile, talented scorer in the paint.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. A minute 50 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Feeds to Carroll. 5 to shoot. There's Hollis Jefferson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Exum.
Look, guys, Dante Exum was the number 5 pick by Utah back in 2014. He's yet to kind of deliver the consistent impact you might expect, but I think he'll get there.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
One drops. He ties it up.
You know, the Australian Dante Exum, to me, Kev, has an enviable skill set. He's 6'6", and he has the potential to be special at the point guard.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Then for the Jazz, Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Burks. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 43% from the field. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. A minute 20 left in the 3rd. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Rubio. Clock at 4. Launches a 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And Rubio kicks to Jerebko. Back to Rubio. 55 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. The shot's good from Jerebko.
Well, he's got wonderful touch from deep, right? And with his size, a defender has a hard time even bothering him on the perimeter.
They set the pick. Here's Okafor. Allen kicks to Dinwiddie. Carroll against Johnson. Carroll passes to LeVert. Over Exum. Here's Allen. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Johnson. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 6-point Jazz lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Dinwiddie dishes to Carroll. Allen with the screen for Carroll. Here's Okafor. And it's Okafor again missing.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
And we've reached the end of the third. Utah out in front. They lead by 6. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Utah leading by 6. LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Allen is out there with Jahlil Okafor. And it's Lynn in at the point. So that's the Nets 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Looking to get it going. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Jerebko kicks to Mitchell. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
There's the pick. LeVert the pass to Allen. Count that one.
You know, that's inside-out basketball. Just pass out of the post to set up the jumper.
Utah leading. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Mitchell kicks to Johnson. And Utah another 3.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The call will go against Jerebko. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Mozgov, he's checked in for the Nets. And Utah also making a switch. Derek Favors checked in for Joe Johnson. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Rubio against Len. Shot clock at 5. Trying his luck deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Rubio dishes to Mitchell. Not really his range, and it's off target.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Picked by Mozgov. LeVert the pass to Mozgov. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You see, Mozgov didn't just sprint to the hoop there. He waited, timed his dive to the rim just when he needed to.
And Gobert kicks to Rubio. Favors in the post. Covered by Okafor. Here's Jerebko. That shot no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Favors. A stupendous finish in traffic. Favors got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz.
I'll tell you, that's about focus on the interior because Favors is a super talent and he'll find a way to score inside.
Timeout called the Nets.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
So for the Nets, Alan Crabb, he's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for LeVert. Hood's checked in for Utah. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Utah with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Rubio dishes to Hood. Nice ball movement by Utah. The tray, and it's Mitchell missing.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
Gobert with the block, and good that time. Utah leading by 7. Here's Hood. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
Rodney Hood's starting to percolate. This guy is so good when he starts to get it flowing.
Then the pass to Mozgov. Lynn against Rubio. Okafor sets the pick for Lynn. Gobert pulls it in.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
Hood can't get it to go. Nets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
And there's the contact on the jam. He gets the whistle, but not the bucket, so 2 shots coming up for him.
Oh, stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Nets trail by 10. Lynn with it. Dishes it to Russell. Picked by Mozgov. Gobert with the defensive effort.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination, and didn't on that one.
Now here's Rubio. He's guarded by Cram. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
I'll tell you, Ricky Rubio, from the midway point of last season on, really started to shoot it well. Now, we know he's a natural creator and distributor. He's always been great at passing and playmaking, but boy, if he makes that jumper, look out.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio. And on the offensive end, Rubio's playmaking, his most valuable skill. Had a game last season where Dorsey tallied 19 assists.
Well, this is a guy, Ricky Rubio, who understands the easy pass, but he can wow you as well. There's an ability to thread the needle with a chest pass or a bounce pass, and he can do it moving or standing still. Simply one of the best passers in the league.
You just have to love the way Ricky Rubio plays defense. Fantastic at jumping a play, and Doris forcing a turnover for his team to get out and get a score in transition.
Right. I think the thing that stands out with Ricky Rubio is probably his anticipation. That is what makes him such a great defender. Active feet, active hands to bother shooters, incredible lateral movement, and an impressive wingspan.
Here's Rubio after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Pass to Mitchell. Favors inside, working on Okafor. Outside, Lynn. He feeds it to Mozgov. Russell kicks to Mozgov. outside. Lynn, 6 to shoot. Over Mitchell. And he overshot that one, missing. Utah leading by 10. Hood dishes to Rubio. And Favors has it in the corner. And there's the feed to Gobert. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Mitchell missing.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Now here's Hood. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
I think given his size, Rodney Hood can be very efficient on the interior. This guy feels at home in the paint.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
You know, and a lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the carom.
Now here's Hood. Rubio right side. And slam dunk by Gobert. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 17 rebounds.
Well, the 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish. My goodness, the Stifle Tower with the score.
Russell kicks to Okafor. With the floater. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Favors. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. First free throw is good.
I think, you know, you look back on some of the point guards who have become head coaches in the NBA. Kenny Atkinson of the Nets, one of those guys, led the University of Richmond to the Sweet 16 back in 1988.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And Coach Atkinson never played in the NBA, but a long professional playing career.
Well, he played for over a decade in Europe. And certainly, Kev, there's more than one way to succeed in basketball. And now he's gaining a reputation as being a solid NBA coach early in his career. I can't wait to see what's next.
Lynn against Rubio, and it's Mozgov in the corner. Back to Lynn. From deep.
And the defense has really locked down on them in this half. They need to start working to get some higher percentage shots.
Utah leading by 11. And here's Rubio. The dish to Mitchell. Out to Favors. That's a 2 from Hood. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Hood's got 20. Brooklyn's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Picked by Mozgov. Russell kicks to Lynn. Out to Russell. Trying to find Mozgov. Gets it to him. Lynn from long range. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And having added strength to his wiry frame, Russell able to convert through contact there and draw the foul.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, the league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all three at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Here's Favors, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
And that one falls for Favors. And so Favors nails both of them. Nets trail by 12. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Without question, Rodney Hood displaying his skills today.
Well, you wonder if with this timeout they're going to shake things up defensively, because everything they've thrown at him to this point has not worked. He's on a roll.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
They had not been playing very good basketball coming into this game. And that's when a team needs its star players to step up and stop the bleeding, just like he did tonight. Russell passes to Lynn. There's the pick. Back to Russell. 5 on the clock. He kicks it to Mozgov. That one falls.
Boy, what can you say about Mozgov this game? He has been a huge factor with his offense.
Favors with the screen. Hood kicks to Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Now here's Lynn. Shoots over Rubio. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Lynn's got it back down to single digits for the Nets. Gobert the screen. One on the wing. Fires from deep. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Russell dishes to Lynn. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Here's Mitchell. Gobert the pass to Hood. Down low. Here's Favors. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Okafor. Nets trail by 8. Mozgov a screen on Rubio. To the inside. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Favors. Mitchell kicks to Rubio. Right side Hood. Shoots. And it's Hood again missing. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So Mozgov will go to the free throw line. They get Derek Favors.
Yeah, really, Mozgov, such a sweet stroke from the free throw line. Really feasts off these opportunities.
And so they foul intentionally. And the Jazz with possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Well, there's no doubt. They're really clicking. What an amazing all-around effort to take a huge lead like this late in the game.
Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell. Rubio against Len. Rubio outside. And so it's Utah with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum, Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.